Olee noticed that school would start soon, only 3 weeks left. He wanted to learn more before classes began. I'll borrow some books from the library. Olee decided excitedly. Olee went to the village library. Mrs. Page, the friendly librarian, smiled. Hello, Olee. Looking for something new? She asked. Yes. I want a history book, Olee said, bouncing with excitement. Mrs. Page handed him a colorful book about the history of the world, from ancient Egypt to Rome and beyond. Monkey Mullen, Mrs. Page's mischievous assistant, swung down from a shelf. Olee. You always jump around when you read, Mullen said, shaking his tail. You mix everything together and miss the real facts. At home, Olee started reading, but he couldn't help himself. He imagined Roman gladiators wearing pharaoh hats. Egyptian pyramids had drawbridges like medieval castles. Knights rode camels instead of horses. Olee laughed. Wow. Egyptians, Romans, and medieval knights all in one story. Grandpa Joe peeked at Olee's book and chuckled. Olee. You're making history into a very funny adventure. Monkey Mullen suddenly appeared in the windowsill. Olee. Stop mixing things up so much, Mullen said. You need to read carefully to remember the real facts. But it's so much fun to imagine them together, Olee replied. Mullen shook his head. Fun is fine, but reading in order helps you really learn. Otherwise, you'll forget the important things, Olee sighed. Okay. I'll try. That night, Olee sat with his notebook and wrote down what he learned. Egyptians built pyramids and had pharaohs. Romans built roads, aqueducts, and had gladiator games. Medieval knights lived in castles with kings and queens. Jumping around mixes facts, but imagination is fun. Reading in order helps him remember better. He even drew a picture of gladiators wearing pharaoh hats and camels with knights, giggling at his own mix-ups. The next day, Olee continued reading. Hastel imagined funny things, but he also remembered the real history. Grandma May smiled at his notes. Good job, Olee. You can have fun and still learn, Olee nodded. Thanks to Monkey Mullen, I know I can mix a story in my imagination, but I must read carefully to know the real facts too. The end.